Hello, how's everybody doing? I've been indoors for the past week. I've just felt really tired and only been awake for about half an hour, and then I'm going back to sleep again. And then yesterday I had a bad back, so today is the first time to go out walking to try and stretch the back. In the next district to me, in Crystal Palace, we have the Wireless Festival for the next 3 days. So you can just about hear it on the air, a really loud bass sound. So hopefully, but the good thing is, usually a concert would finish at 10:30, but there's been so many objections that, and there are 40,000 people coming to this area over the next 3 days, that they've decided to finish the concerts at 9:30, and that's a lot better. We can stomach that far more. But you can just hear this dull bass sound in the background. It's a beautiful day today though. It's actually quite warm. So I'm off to my local boot store. I ordered some multivitamins, and rather than having them delivered to the house, I thought I would just walk up to the store and get them. But obviously that was before my bad back, but it's feeling okay. I take a lot of inspiration from John Rogers, and I'll put a link to his YouTube channel below. He had a bad back once and he thought, I'll just go out for a little stroll to stretch the back, and he ended up walking, I think, about 40 miles. And I'll put a link to that video below because it's amazing to watch, especially when you think of his bad back. Nearly to the high street. Oh, it used to be such an easy little street to go up, but as the weight's gone on, it's been harder and harder. That's something I need to seriously spend time and work out how to lose a bit of weight. Fate out in the street, as it says, not long to Christmas. 105 days apparently. But it's certainly feeling very busy. I'm going to pop up to Kenty's and have a sandwich, and then I might stroll home, or I might go and visit the garden, because I haven't been to the garden for about a week. Here's Kenty. Bit busy in here today, George? All festival crowd.
While I was in the cafe, I found out that the local art trail is on this weekend and next weekend. So after my ham sandwich and a cup of tea, I decided to head out.
So the first place I've come to visit is the toilet. Now I hope there's nobody in there as I'm filming this, but these are pictures by a local artist, part of the trail. I like some of these ones in the night. So these are film pictures taken in the area. Look at that one there. This is by Paul Tracy. Oh look, there's some cats over here. Look at that cat in the window there. Interesting place to put it, I must say. I do love this one though. That's a really nice one. That's our local wildlife garden in the middle there. I'm sure the wildlife is very safe, because it's not safe to cross to go and have a look at it. Well, especially not this time of the day. It's quite nice. People are out having food in the local pub and the local cafes, and life certainly feels that it's getting back to normal. When I first moved to the area about 16 years ago, I actually went to go and look at an apartment in this building, and my room would have overlooked this part of, well, some people call it a village, but obviously it isn't. But it has that villagey feel. Well, at least it's trying hard to get it. But now I'm going to go up the hill here because there's a exhibition as part of this artist's trail. Hold on. Never seen it so busy. As part of this artist's trail, that photographer that we just saw on the toilet, he has another exhibition up here. So the idea is that the artists open up their houses, so you go into their house, and that's part of the experience. But some people who don't want to open up their house, for example, or live too far away, then they come together in sort of like the local centre. So we'll pop down there and have a look. But let's go up here first and have a look at Paul Tracy's work. As we walk up, just past this little street here, it's a private estate called Hall Drive, and I've only just found this out, and it's so private that there aren't any pictures on Google Earth. Maybe one day we'll go for a visit down there. You can tell there's an event on because these signs are all over the place telling people that they can't park. Just about see it in the distance there. That is Crystal Palace Transmitter, because the next exhibition, next part I'm going to, is the local high school. So this is where Paul is got his pictures in. Never been up here before. I think when you aren't a part of these things, they just blend into the background. Look how beautiful this building is. Especially the bit that we're approaching. It's really old-fashioned. Look at it. Stunning building. Look at this fireplace. Stunning. Wonderful place.
Yeah. I'm sure. Just as the song started.
Look at that one there. That's beautiful, that is. And here's the guy behind it all. So I've come all the way up this hill just to come and see your bits.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Next time you want to go further down the hill. See, look at the colours in these. Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
Did you put the balloons there, or were they just there?
No. It was a party, I guess, some kind of children's party. These balloons, they spilled over the wall in the little alleyway. So I kind of waited for the dusk light to get a little darker and for someone to walk past.
And this one's down in Catford because that's a cat there. So
That's right, yeah.
I'll have to take you down there one day and show you in the video. But this is an amazing one. Is this taken from the Horniman Museum by any chance?
It's taken from City Hill.
Oh, right.
City Hill. Yeah.
So that is the cheese grater, is it?
No, I'm not sure which building that is. A relatively new one.
Oh, yes, Blackfriars.
Yeah,
anyway.
I saw the potential for this picture years ago when I was taking my son to his music class. We drove over that hill, and this building was a construction site at the time. And I thought, that building is going to make an amazing picture when it's finished. So one foggy morning at the crack of dawn, I went up thinking that the sun would just hit this, but I got the sun positioning all wrong.
Right.
So I waited for hours in the cold, and then as the fog started to clear, this building was the first one to emerge.
So my favourite is this one here, because of all the light and the rain and everything. So how long have you been doing this? You've been doing this for quite a while, haven't you?
Well, I've been a street photographer since about 1988.
Because you came to Sydenham about the same time as me, I think.
2008 I moved
Yeah.
here, yeah. And at the time I was looking after my kids And so I used to get really frustrated that I couldn't get into central London as often as I'd like to make street photography work. But I, after some years, realised that I'd already gathered quite an archive of just the immediate neighbourhood here: Sydenham, Forest Hill, Catford.
Well, that's
right
what I've
here in
been saying
South East.
through the videos. People don't know what's on their doorstep because during the lockdown, there were more people in the woods than there were on the high street.
Yeah.
One day I counted 500 people in. So yes, sometimes you just have to look at what's on your doorstep
That's right.
to see
Yeah.
what's
That's
around.
what these pictures are all made during the pandemic.
All
'Cause
right.
I had long COVID, and so as a way to try and, because of lockdown, to try and keep the creative juices flowing, but also to kind of recover, I went out for a photo walk every day. And so this is a collection of photographs I made during lockdown.
Right. Look at these ones.
People's windows are always fascinating.
Yes, and sometimes I quite like when you walk down the street and you can hear noises from the houses. Oh, look at that one. Now, there was a rumour many years ago that there was the Sydenham Panther.
Yes,
Now, maybe you've just caught it.
a bit small, but yeah, that's right. Walking on the tracks, about the size of a black Labrador, supposedly. Yeah.
So, where can people find out more about you?
Best place to go is my website, paultracy.com.
There you go. I'll put all the details down in the description. So I'm just walking to the next place, but look at this here. That was a nice little field there, but they're throwing in houses into every possible space at the moment. So I am heading on to another school now, Forest Hill School, because I've been told that one of my allotment neighbours, she's got an exhibition down here. At the start of COVID, they closed some of the streets off. Not sure why. And apparently some of them will stay closed for quite a while. But look at this, they've gone and done these gardens here, which I suppose is better than just having a block of wood. But it raises the question, what happens if a ambulance or fire brigade needs to get on this side, but they happen to be travelling down the other side of the road? I think there's been a few incidents where emergency services have been stopped from getting to places because of those roadblocks. Again, there's some more of those roadblocks, but it looks like somebody's pushed them apart there. This is one of those local streets that is a cut through to get to the other sort of town of Forest Hill. I don't know much about this area. Like I said, it's a place that you usually just travel through. But I know there's a park down there called Mayo Park, and there's a very nice community garden there, which I will take you to someday in the future. Again, look at this garden just in the middle of this street here. This has got dahlias in, and obviously it looks like the best of it's gone over, but it's nice to see these little pockets of garden, especially when you aren't expecting them. Let's just look back there now with the sun, and it looks quite nice. If they had a bit of scent though, that's the only thing about these public displays. They look good, but if there was a bit of scent, then it'd be even better. Look how beautiful this house looks. Tudor, mock Tudor. Well, it's turning into a beautiful day. Quite warm, got a bit of sweat on the brow, but I've got my bottle of water to keep me hydrated. See, I didn't plan to do this today. I was just going to go out to Boots and get my medicine. So you never know when there is an adventure on your doorstep. You've just got to be up for finding it. Oh hey, look what's coming up here. It was always said if you had pampas grass in your garden, you were into swinging. I don't think I'll be knocking the door to find out though. I was watching News at 10 the other night and was surprised to see that one of these buildings were on there as being the worst council run properties in the borough. It's quite shocking what some people have to put up with when the councils don't want to move themselves. I wonder what this is across here. Look at this. All it says is Pacific. Well, that's something to find out. There's a story attached to that, no doubt. I've noticed with these type of buildings, this is where we're going, Forest Hill Schools, is they look very nice, modern and fresh, but only for about 10 years. And then it'd be interesting to come back and see this in about 20 years time to see whether it still looks as fresh and modern then. So I think we're going in here. So to support Linda, I bought one of her cards, and this was an exhibition that she did many years ago where she took pictures of everybody's sheds, and that one there is based on one of the sheds that I had. So I don't think I will use it, I'll just put it up on the wall as a picture. There we have it. Look, even more houses being built on that side and on this side of the road. It's all very well having these houses, but people need a bit of green space as well to get out, and that was more than evident during the lockdown. So I've just come down one of the little side streets here, and many years ago, about 10-20 years ago, I came and had a look at this plot of land because it was an old allotment site and it was overgrown and everything. But in that time, the local charity took it on, and now it's a sort of market garden, and I haven't been back since. But it looks wonderful. Look at the greenhouse, all that was covered in brambles and you could hardly see it. I'll have to find out when it's open to the public, and we'll come back and have a look at it. See, amazing what's around the corner. There is a major redevelopment of this area going on over the next 5 years, and from what I can see of the council plans, they actually want to build a 20, 30, possibly even 40-story high building here, which will completely spoil the skyline. But now we're going to head down to the high street and have a look at some more exhibitions. This land on the left of me here was once earmarked as being a tube stop, but they discovered that the ground was a bit too soft. It had soft clay, so they abandoned that plan, and that's why there's no tube in this area. But during the lockdown I came down here and it was amazing that so quickly all these cars had just disappeared. They'd been taken away during the lockdown and came back once it had finished. So we're now back on the high street and we're passing my gym. I've been a member for 4 months and I haven't even been once yet. So we're going to walk up to the Sydenham Centre now and have a look at the artists that are in there. Because again, I think there is a member of my old allotment site who's got an exhibition on. Let's have a look. So we've now done a complete circle of the place and we've ended up back at the little feature. Let's go inside and have a look what's happening. Oh, look at these over here. Look at them. Beautiful. So this is another stall here about photography. And oh, look who it is. It's Kai, the one who only grows potatoes.
I don't grow anything at the moment.
So how's it going then?
It's going well. It's really nice actually. It's been a slow start, but it's really picked up this afternoon.
And are these part of your pinhole?
They certainly are. That was a project that I actually did on the allotment for 60 days, and they were long exposures. And I grew plants inside the cameras, as you can see on the.
And what was quite funny is Kai put these up all over the site, and it was about a year later you had forgotten about some of them, and you were finding them on trees now.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
So where can people find out about you?
I'm online at if you look up kailewis.co.uk, then you'll find me there.
Well, that's great, that is to bump into people that you know and to show you what they're up to as well. I haven't seen Kai for quite a few years, and it's amazing because you can live in the same district but don't see people just because everybody is busy with their own lives. But anyway, I think I was going to go down the garden, but the afternoon has flown by, so I think I'm probably going to I'll pop into Kenty, get another cup of tea, maybe a slice of cake. It is the weekend. Look at these ones here in the shop window. I like that one of the bluebell on the right hand side there. It's really beautiful, that one is. Even the one of the old fox. If you want to see more trips out like this, then you can pop over to my website, seanjamescameron.com/supporters. So I'm going to go and get some refreshments and cool down. But I'll catch up with you next time. So from me until then, bye for now.